Spider-Man is no joke one of the best superheroes out there, but is he the strongest? Well, in this video I've compiled a list of heroes that I think could give Peter a run for his money. The Spider-Man that I'll be using to run this hero gauntlet for today will be Insomniac Spider-Man, just so I could gauge his feats more accurately, because Spidey in the comics is all over the place, bro. One day he's going band for band with Thanos, and the next he's getting his shotty taken by a nobody. But with all that out the way, Web Weaver enters the ring first, and like Spider-Man, he can climb walls, lift heavy objects, and shoot webs. You know, since it's the boys universe, they come out of bro's butt. Well, lower back, but close enough. Cutting to the chase, Spider-Man's massacring this lad. Web Weaver wouldn't even land a single hit on Peter before he sends that Goofy right up there to meet Uncle Ben. But Anakin, on the other hand, get it because, you know, he only has one, is very, very dangerous. Not only is he equipped with a deadly lightsaber and the Force, but he has heightened senses as well. What I will give Spider-Man is that he is a good trash talker.
It's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
Actually, he did.
And his web tech would be a huge hurdle for Anakin to overcome. But honestly, it's pretty much over for Peter once Anakin starts force choking, bro. And don't tell me something about Spider-Man's Spidey senses is stopping the Force. Spidey is getting clapped amazingly. I do wonder what his lightsaber would be though if he was a Jedi. Comment below what you think. But let's be honest, Spider-Man is not surviving in the Star Wars universe with goats like Dexter Jetster and Droopy McCool roaming around. And don't even get me started on Bondo Adult Finn and Jake aren't fighting Spider-Man, let's be honest. They'd probably be chilling playing BMO or something. But let's just say Spider-Man like eats Jake's sandwich and that gets bro mad. So do Finn and Jake win? While Finn has been known to do the impossible, his feats ain't even close to Spider-Man's. Jake definitely closes the gap a little bit more.
You got knocked the f out, man!
But it still won't be enough. Like Spider-Man's used to fighting multiple foes, and his webs and speed are solidifying his W. It won't be easy though, I'll tell you that. Cause Finn's crash outs, let's just say, things could get tragic. Kickass has the ability to not feel pain. So yeah, he was the original Novocaine. Whoa, that kinda rhymed. But that's pretty much it for bro. At the end of the day, he's still a regular human.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me, you're not that guy.
Like, honestly, I think I can knock bro out, no lie. And Spider-Man holding back would probably still accidentally send Kickass straight to Uncle Ben. Invincible versus the Amazing Spider-Man. The battle of two dudes holding back so much that it ends up making them lose. But here's what I'll do. I'll swap out the Insomniac Spider-Man for the classic comic 616 Spidey just for this round, because I believe he'd stand a way better chance against Invincible. So while comic Spidey closes the gap by a wide margin, Invincible's durability is still good enough for him to outmatch Spider-Man. And to be honest with you, that boy Mark is a tweaker. Like, maybe Spider-Man would win against season 1 Mark, but season 3 Invincible? Nah, bro's catching that conquest treatment. When it comes to Mark fighting Spider-Man, I guess you can say he's invincible. Wait, what? Where's the title card? Mr. Incredible really came out of his prime lifting trains. Boy, that's wild. Can he put hands on this broke college student? I don't think so. Peter is much faster and agile than Bob. It wouldn't even be fair. Peter's webs might not pose a big threat for Mr. Incredible, but when that triangle circle input pops up above Bob's head, it'll be incredible to see if he survives that. Now, some people may not know who Buffy the Vampire Slayer is, and that's perfectly fine. I'll catch you up to speed on what she can do. Buffy has superhuman strength, speed, agility, and healing. She also has heightened senses, so in skill sets, she's very similar to Spider-Man himself, although Peter is definitely stronger and smarter. And the biggest edge over Spider-Man that Buffy has would be her healing capabilities, and they are for the most part tied in speed and senses. So plugging all that info into the fight computer that I definitely have, I got to call this fade endless. I feel like both sides will never give in or give up. I know y'all heard the 100 humans versus gorilla debate. Well, what about 100 gorillas versus one spectacular Spider-Man? That's right, I'm dropping bro off at Gorilla City and seeing if he can make it out victorious. Well, while one gorilla might be a huge problem for a regular human, Peter can definitely slump an 8 with relative ease. And as there is strength in numbers for the gorillas, Spider-Man can use gadgets in the air to his advantage. I will give the gorillas more credit though, because I know Spider-Man's gonna have insomnia fighting off that many opponents. Like Like, it's gonna definitely take all day, and it'll definitely lead to him being on his last stand. Now this next one might get a couple of y'all mad. Spider-Man versus Deku. In the Midoriya in season 1 to season 7 glow up is crucial, because season 1 to like 4 Deku, let's be honest, Spider-Man would have bro on fraud watch. But anything after that, it's raps. I mean, with quirks like Fajin, super strength, super speed, black whip, smoke screen, etc, etc, there's just so many viable options for Deku to win. Now there is a huge drawback that if this squabble goes on for too long, Midoriya's quirk weakens and he can't move, which could lead to Spider-Man winning. But Spider-Man isn't the only smart one in this fade, because even before Deku got his quirk, he was using his brain meats to come up with winning plans on the fly. So I'm like 90% sure Deku claps Spider-Man amazingly. Go on, comment otherwise, but subscribe first, and let's get to the next character. Batman versus Spider-Man is an endless debate that I don't plan to settle here, because I chose Batman Beyond, and Terry McMinnis is pretty damn dangerous. He's teched out of his mind, along with having impressive speed and strength feats. Now he's no Bruce Wayne, but I will say bro got hands. Insomniac Spider-Man is also a big tech head, so they match there. And some of Spidey's villains with no crazy strong abilities have been able to hurt Peter. I don't think he'd lose in this battle. Batman Beyond would get very close to winning though, but the dub ultimately goes to Spider-Man. Alright, next on the list we got me. Wait, huh? Bro, I didn't sign up for this. Well, okay then. I got basic human strength, basic speed, basic human durability against a guy who can casually lift cars. So I'll definitely be meeting Uncle Ben pretty soon. Naruto, on the other hand, definitely stands a better chance than I do. In fact, anything past Sage Mode is kinda overkill. Like about 4 or 5 tailed beast bombs is enough to level New York City, let alone kill Spider-Man. So Kurama mode will be off limits. Does Peter still stand a chance? Well, yes, but mainly no, because Spidey is strong enough to hurt Naruto and quick enough to dodge some of bro's attacks. Also add that Shadow Clone Jutsu won't be that effective against Spider-Man because Spidey is used to getting jumped. But you see, the reason Peter loses is Naruto's Sage powers are too busted. Like, not only can bro spawn 50 clones in an instant, but he can make all of them use Rasengan or Rasen Shuriken. For all my Spidey fans out there, I'm sorry, but Peter ain't surviving that. Jinx weaponry and scary wacky gadgets could be useful in a fight if, you know, Spider-Man didn't have Spidey senses. So that's out. It's actually pretty funny because Jinx's strongest defense against Spider-Man would definitely be her bad luck, because it's always seemed to get other people killed and not her. Don't worry though, I'm not Jinx levels of crazy. I still say Spider-Man stomps her with relative ease. Now Generator Rex no doubt had the most underrated show. It should have been up there with Ben 10 low-key, but nobody shows it love anymore. And for real, his powers were underrated too. He had these things called like nanotech bots that did basically anything he wanted. Weapons, you betcha. Hacking, no doubt. He could even buff himself in near-death situations. Spider-Man definitely has his work cut out for him, but I'd be lying if I'd say Generator Rex wins. I'd have to say it's a tie, folks, because Peter is used to fighting teched out villains, and I think it's safe to say Spidey's webs and battle IQ will even things out. The Green Ninja himself, Lloyd, is next up, and realistically, it's Spider-Man versus a Lego piece. Bro solos with ease. More ease than anybody on this list. Let's just say, hypothetically, that Lloyd is an actual person. Now, is he still losing? Yes, he is still catching that Spidey combo special. And I mean, no disrespect to Sensei Wu, but Lloyd is not prepared for the speed, strength, and skills of Peter Parker. By the power of Grayskull, He-Man has arrived. Now, all He-Man's powers come from the sword, and I know Spider-Man is smart enough to eventually figure that out. The problem lies in how does he take it from bro, because the power sword grants him immense strength, durability, and the ability to transform into the most powerful man in the universe. So he becomes at least several times stronger than Peter. I have a good feeling that Spider-Man could get the sword away from him. It would take literally everything Spidey has, and it would be a very survived W, but a W nonetheless. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked this video enough to subscribe. And hey, if you didn't, maybe this video will convince you. It's a banger, I promise. But I'm out of here. Peace.